course, there's been a few changes. Why not do an updated Reptile Room Tour? So how about we start with this enclosure? Yeah, that's right, that's my daughter's bearded dragon raptor. Scientific name is Natrix natrix, and this is a species that is native to my country, Sweden. This is my adult ackie monitor. It's my adult female ball python, and that snake lives in this enclosure. This is a praying mantis. This is the Malagasy cat eye snake. And don't do what I do now. Don't just, put your hands in like this. And yeah, they are venomous. They can be dangerous to humans. And well, this is venomous. The world's third most venomous tarantula. And the first new reptile we're going to check out lives in this enclosure. Hey guys, what's up, and welcome back to the channel and to another video. And for those of you that may be wondering who the heck I am, well, my name is Neo and you're watching Westbay Reptiles. And yeah guys, for some of you that have been following the channel for a while, you may have noticed that it's been, well, a minute since I posted a video. And that is because of, it's been summer, so I want to enjoy the summer. And I also been working a lot, and I also wanted to focus more on my Swedish channel. And for my fellow Swedes, or those that understand Swedish, the channel's name is Westbay Reptiles Sverige. And we're gonna have a link to the channel down below in the description, so please go and check it out. That would mean the world to me. And while you're there, please consider to subscribe, and please consider to subscribe to this channel as well. And I really hope that all of you have been having an amazing summer and that you're doing just awesome. So with that out of the way guys, since the last video, of course, there's been a few changes. And I would say, well, some big changes. And you can see one of them behind me here. And we're going to talk about that later on in the video. So, well, since there's been a few changes, I figured why not do an updated Reptile Room Tour, or you can call it Animal Room Tour instead, because there's not only reptiles living in this room anymore. So we're going to do that today guys. So why don't you just stick around, and I really hope you'll enjoy this. So how about we start with this enclosure, and you can see who lives in here maybe. Yeah, that's right, that's my daughter's bearded dragon raptor, and he had, yeah, quite the upgrade, because his last enclosure was like 3.5 feet wide, 2 feet deep, 2 feet high. But this enclosure is, let's see now, it's almost 6 feet wide, 2.5 feet high, and 2 feet and well, let's see now, 2 feet and I think it's 20 inches. No, not 20 inches. You know what, I'm gonna write the measurements on the screen instead. So yeah, I don't want to, hurt my brain too much. But yeah, I'm gonna write the measurements right here in centimeters as well. But yeah, so he lives in here now and he's doing amazing. And he has, of course, his heat bulb there, and his UVB from Arcadia, which is 14%. And it covers, well, maybe too much of the enclosure to be honest, but yeah, I paid like $80 for the light, so I figure why not. And also have, daylight, which is, there you have it, there 6,500 Kelvin. So because one day I will have living plants in this enclosure. But yeah, so he's doing amazing, and he has actually calmed down quite a bit. But they actually do prefer my daughter, which is amazing. Doesn't seem to like me all that much all the time. You have sand in your ear, buddy. But yeah, and the substrate is just sand mixed with the topsoil, I guess it is. Of course, without manure in, so it's 100% natural and no additives or anything. So it's doing amazing, and well, I think the enclosure looks great. Although I want to look more like Australia, but this is what I could do at this moment. And it has like one hide there and one hide there, and this entire cork tunnel tube thing is, well, he can hide in the entire thing. Has a hide there, and a hide over there. So he has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 heights for one bearded dragon, and I think that's pretty good. So yeah, he's doing amazing, and yeah, we just love him so much. But he's doing great. As you can see, maybe you see he has been growing quite a lot as well. But yeah, that was the first update. And now let's move down here and let's see if we can find this little buddy. Oh, sorry for the noise, guys. Here he is. If he wants to, yeah, make an appearance. Come on, buddy. He does not like to be, you know, woken up. He gets pretty sassy when you wake him up. Come on, buddy. You hear him? He sounds so cute. But this is my common grass snake, and the scientific name is Natrix natrix, and this is a species that is native to my country, Sweden, and well, to a lot of countries, to be honest. I'm gonna put a map of the range right here, so you can see how well spread this species is, which is pretty insane, but it's one of our native snakes here in Sweden. And we have, well, you can say we have 4 different species of snakes. We have the Natrix natrix, we have the Natrix scotlandica, and we have the Viperabirus. And then we have, I can't remember the scientific name of the 4th snake, but I'm gonna put it right here on the screen anyway, and a picture of it as well. Here you have him. Hey buddy, are you angry with daddy today? Oh. Sometimes he just gets really upset when you wake him up. And yeah, he lives in this enclosure, which is inspired, you know, to look like the Swedish nature as much as possible. And yeah, I'm pretty happy. The only thing I don't like is the hideous water bowl. I'm gonna change that. But yeah, he's actually super curious and super cute. And whoa, hit the phone on the side. But he is, as I said, super curious, super fun. Super friendly actually, but it just, yeah, he doesn't like to be woken up. Who does anyway? But I was gonna take him out because that will upset him maybe too much. But he is beautiful. I love this snake. This is actually, to be honest, my favorite snake of the snakes I keep. Although I love all my animals, but he is special to me. But yeah, by the way, guys, I'm gonna show you the old animals first, because I'm gonna save, you know, the new animals for last. Just so you guys know, maybe I should told you that in the beginning of the video, but we're gonna look at the OG animals first, of course. But anyway, that was Steve, my common grass snake, or Natrix natrix as the scientific name is. So we're gonna move on to, well, a monitor lizard now. Well guys, this is starting to look like, you know, the beginning of the Jurassic Park movie, because she or he, I think it's a female to be honest, but I've been wrong before, but Speedy does not seem to want to do an appearance. I have a roach here, if Speedy decides to pop her / his head out. But I have been trying not to locate Speedy, but I don't seem to be able to find the little cutie. Maybe Speedy will make an appearance later on in the video, but as for now, yeah, you know what? There is videos of the little cutie on the channel, so you can check out another video. I'm gonna put the card for the last Reptile Room Tour right here now, so you can check that out if you want to see Speedy. But yeah, doesn't seem to want to make an appearance, so we're gonna move on to someone that will make an appearance. And here we have someone that has no problem making an appearance, and this is my adult ackie monitor, Tage. And maybe I should have said that before, but the animal we were supposed to look at a few seconds ago is a juvenile ackie monitor. But this is an adult male. Well, he is my... Can you please... Hello, buddy. So, he is my... Well, he is my buddy. He is my absolute favorite of all my reptiles, to be honest. I love this dude. Although he is a bit... naughty sometimes, because last night I actually did a TikTok live for my Swedish audience, and they actually bit my nose, little bastard. But I love him anyway. You know, I say to people, he's like a cat. You know, sometimes he just do things, you know, just because he feels like it, and for me that is typically a cat. So yeah, but he's my little scale puppy, I call him sometimes as well. So he's a mix between a lizard, cat and dog maybe. I don't know, I just love him. And he's super smart and super curious, and yeah, he's just the best. Hey buddy. So yeah, but this is my adult ackie monitor Tage, and he lives in this enclosure. And same here, I'm gonna write the measurements on the screen, because yeah, as you can see, pretty big enclosure, but he is going to get an upgrade. He's going to get a bigger enclosure, hopefully pretty soon, and I'm probably gonna make a video about that as well. But yeah, so he lives in here and he's doing amazing. And the next animal on the list is my adult female ball python, and well, she is doing amazing, although she is still quite nervous, but she is a friendly snake. But this is actually my last ball python I do keep, because the last baby I had has actually been sold now, because as some of you may remember, I used to breed ball pythons, and the last clutch I produced, or my animals produced, was the last ball python clutch ever, and the last baby is now sold, and I only have this ball python left. Oh, sorry honey. And she is also for sale. So if anyone is in Sweden, or anyone else is interested, maybe we can make an agreement. But yeah, she's doing amazing, and yeah, and she lives in this 4x2x2 enclosure. So moving on to another snake, and that snake lives in this enclosure, which is right below the ball python enclosure. So this is also a 4x2x2, and as some of you may remember, is that I used to co-have my 2 corn snakes in this enclosure, which worked perfectly. But now I only keep 1 corn snake in this enclosure and 1 corn snake in total, because I sold the female, and that's because of a few reasons. First of all, they start to grow like crazy, so within maybe a couple of months this enclosure would have been too small to have 2 corn snakes in it. And also it was a female, and this is a male, and I don't want to breed corn snakes. So yeah, that is only 2 reasons why I decided to sell her. So yeah, I sold the female, and she is in a great home now, and it really yeah, and I feel like it was the right home to sell her to. But unfortunately we won't see the male, I think, because he is right in this cave. You can see, yeah, you see his head there. See if I can make him be curious and come out maybe. He is a bit curious. But yeah, and you may notice that I redecorated the enclosure. I was thinking more, you know, like Florida, you know, sandy, you know, sand and a bit forest. Yeah, I want to mix it a little bit, and actually I'm pretty pleased. Actually, I think it looks pretty good. You know, with sand here, and there's topsoil beneath the sand, and also topsoil and sand mixed beneath just the sand. So yeah, it's a pretty good substrate mix, and it's bioactive still, and yeah, I think it looks pretty good actually. And he has a hide there, and I'm gonna show you over here as well. Has a hide there, a hide underneath this, and he can hide behind this, and well, I guess he can hide in this as well. I just want to put it because I think it looked good, and he can also, you know, hide beneath the moss as well. So he will feel secure in this enclosure, but of course he will outgrow this enclosure eventually, and well, what he will move into in the future, I have no idea, but I will work something out. The hognose snake gunner. Sorry buddy. And yeah, sorry about the noise guys, I'm gonna vacuum the tracks. And this is my, well, he's a pretty upset little dude. You have sand on your face, buddy. Yeah, sorry. But as you can see, he is harmless. He doesn't do anything. He is just cute and a little bit angry. Hey, buddy. You see, he doesn't bite me. See, he is super friendly actually. He's just a little bit upset. See, he calmed down. Maybe he will start to hiss soon, but yeah. This is, well, he is adorable. I love this snake. I love his personality. I love that he's so sassy. And yeah, he's just awesome. He's super cute. Don't you guys think so? But yeah, this is my, as you can see, albino hognose snake. Gunner, and yeah, he is a male. And he lives in this enclosure. Oh, you scared him a little bit, buddy. And this is, I think it's 2 feet wide and 1 feet deep. Yeah, and 18 inches tall, I think. And one funny thing about this dude, I actually tried to have him in, you know, that enclosure, which is pretty much bigger, but he stopped eating when I moved him into that enclosure. As soon as I moved him back to his old enclosure, because Steve, you know, the common grass snake, used to live in this, so I switched enclosures. This was Gunner's first enclosure, then I switched him to, you know, the bigger enclosure that Steve lives in, and Steve moved into this, but because Steve used to live in, you know, a bin before. What's doing, buddy? So yeah, but anyway, long story short, Gunner stopped eating when I moved him into the bigger enclosure, but as soon as I moved him into the smaller enclosure again, he started to eat and doing a lot better. So yeah, hey buddy, you're so angry. But we're gonna leave him now, we don't want to upset him too much. By the way, before we move on, how about a sneak peek? This is 2 new animals that we're going to look at soon. But first I'm gonna move on to some geckos. And that is my Mourning geckos. I can't promise, yeah, well, there we have one. Maybe we will see a few. Yeah, there we have a little cutie. And they are still doing amazing. And yeah, the background, I still haven't fixed the background. I have to do that sometime. But I just need a plan how I'm going to do that, because I have to, you know, catch all of them. Because I need to, you know, rip out almost the entire, everything from the enclosure. So I need, well, I have no idea how I'm going to do this. But I need a plan. I haven't come up with a good plan yet. So we'll see. But yeah, that is a project for the future, which will be pretty tough to do. But yeah, they're doing amazing as usual. Nothing new here. Let's see if we can find another one maybe. There we have one. You see it? There. Yeah. They squeeze between, you know, the tiniest little cracks. Oh, I can't get it. But you see the legs there maybe. There it is. Yeah, there, now you saw it maybe. Hey buddy. Let's see. There we have a little cutie. So yeah, you see, they are not so handleable. But living in this is an 18 by 18 by 2 feet. I think it is right. Is it a small, tall Exoterra? I don't remember the name actually, because they do have names, the extra enclosures. And here you have one as well. Yeah, they're super cute. I love these dudes because they're, you know, when they make little noises at night, and yeah, they're just super cute. I love them. But although I still want to put dart frogs in this enclosure, I just want to fix this enclosure first the way I want it to be, because I want to, you know, change a few other things as well. But as I said, that is a project for the future. And the next animal is my African house snake, which is doing amazing as well, eating like a horse, and yeah, it's actually calmed down a little bit. Yeah, it's still living in the bin, but I'm going to get an enclosure for this snake as soon as possible. I do have an enclosure, but that enclosure is with a friend at the moment. So I just need to get the enclosure back home, and then I'm gonna fix that for this snake. And that enclosure is over 3 feet wide and almost 2 feet deep and 2 feet high. So, but yeah, this little snake is doing amazing, and I still think it's a male and not a female. But yeah, doing amazing, eating like crazy. Yeah, just doing awesome. The next little cutie on the list is Miss April O'Neil, my daughter's musk turtle, or stinkpot, as they are also known as. And well, she is doing amazing. I love this turtle. Although there's a lot more work with the tank than with an regular enclosure. But well, this is my daughter's, and she loves her, and I love the turtle as well. So yeah, she's just amazing. She's so fun. She's so curious. Yeah, you see that little cute face? But she is hungry all the time. This animal could very well eat herself to, not being alive anymore. Yeah. Gluttony, ever heard of it, darling? But she's super cute, and yeah, well, turtles are one of my favorite animals. They are just so cool, and they're actually pretty ancient looking. I think so, at least. Hey buddy. Hey cutie. Yeah. But she's doing amazing, and she only have that light for the moment because the daylight broke. I'm gonna fix that. I need to order new lights, but this is what happens sometimes when you have animals. As long as she has her UVB and heat, that is actually the only light she needs, to be honest, because there's actually daylight thingy in the UVB, so she will get the daylight from the UVB as well. Doing cutie. But yeah, so she's doing amazing, and well, we're gonna move on to some creepy crawlies now. Or maybe, no, you know what, we're gonna check out the new reptiles first. And the first new reptile we're going to check out lives in this enclosure. And yeah, this is, the bearded dragon's old enclosure. Well, there's actually lived quite a few animals in this enclosure. But right now, the inhabitants of this enclosure is a snake. And I just have to find the little cutie first, because you see it has, I think it's like 6 or 7 hides in here. So I just have to locate the snake first. So just give me a second, guys. Well, look at that, I found a snake. And this is a radiated rat snake, or the copper-headed or copperhead rat snake, as they are also called. And there's actually a few other common names, but the scientific name is Coelognathus radiatus. And this is a beautiful, beautiful snake. This is an Asian rat snake, and apparently these snakes are pretty good to handle if you want to learn to handle elapids. But as you can see, and elapis, by the way, is snakes like cobras, mambas, and those type of dangerous snakes. But as you can see, this snake is extremely calm, so this is not a good snake to work with if you want to learn to work with elapids, because this snake is actually too calm, to be honest. But this means that this snake is an excellent ambassador. So yeah, I'm just in love with this snake, because I've actually wanted to start to work with more colubrids, and when this opportunity showed itself at the last Reptile Expo in Malmö, I just couldn't back away from the deal. And to be honest, if you can say that I paid anything at all for this snake, because I did a trade, and that trade cost me $5. I'm not joking, guys. This trade cost me $5. I think it's actually $5. Actually, it was 50 Swedish crowns, which I think is $5. I don't know what the dollar stands in now, but anyway, so you can say that I paid $5 for this animal, which is insane. But even though this snake didn't cost me anything, that doesn't mean I'm not going to give the snake the best life as possible. Just look at this enclosure. I love this enclosure. It looks so good. He has, I think, as I said, maybe 7 hides. It's tropical. It's the right temperature, the right humidity. Even though your snake doesn't cost you anything, you need to give them the best life possible anyway. You can see how calm he is. It's a male, by the way, and these can grow to almost 2 meters, which is almost 6 feet, 6.5, 7 feet, I think. You know what? I'm not. I need to study more on my American measurements. Yeah, you know what. But anyway, I love this snake. It's amazing and extremely calm, as you can see. So yeah, but we're gonna release him now in his amazing, beautiful enclosure. Just look at this. Doesn't this look amazing? You can see him in his natural environment. And yeah, by the way, the enclosure is of course bioactive as well. If I can just, you can just release me, buddy. You see. And yeah, by the way, there's a few fake things in this enclosure, like the vines and that hide over there. I'm gonna replace that with a cork tube actually. That's just what I had home at the moment. But yeah, this is amazing. You see. Oi, sorry, buddy. But yeah, so that just got a little sidetracked. But that was the first new snake. And the next new snake lives in this enclosure. So I just have to find it first. And here you guys have the little cutie. And for those of you that may be wondering what type of snake this is the Malagasy cat-eye snake. And this is a rear fang venomous snake. Although it's, well, I think it's less potent than the venom of the hognose snake. So there's no danger on the roof, as we say here in Sweden. But yeah, and I had never heard about this snake, this species before, until my brother sent me or told me about the ad, and I just said, well, I need one. So I got one at the last Reptile Expo in Malmö. So I actually bought home 2 snakes, and well, you're gonna see the other animals pretty soon. But yeah, I love this snake, and gonna be amazing. I'm gonna put the scientific name on the screen as well, so you guys can look them up. We're gonna put him back in his enclosure now. He lives in this Exoterra, and well, it may be a small enclosure, but it is a very small snake, as you can see. It almost looks tiny in this enclosure. That says something. Yeah, buddy. Go and crawl down to bed again. Yeah. But actually super calm, not offensive at all. So yeah, but that was the actually last new reptile. And then we have the spiders. And well, here's the species. It's an Poecilotheria regalis, or the Indian ornamental tree spider. And well, this is venomous. This is actually the world's 3rd most venomous tarantula. If I remember that right or correctly. But yeah, and this one is, I guess, hiding in his cork. Yeah, you won't. Maybe we can see it if we do like this. Hold on, guys. I'm gonna do like this. There we go. Maybe we can see it now. No, yeah, you can see. Yeah, you can see some of the spider, but you won't see it in all of its glory. Maybe I will put a picture here of the spider if I can find a good picture. Doing amazing, even like crazy, and the enclosure is bioactive and is doing amazing as well. The what's it called? The spider plant grows like crazy. So yeah, and the pothos are doing amazing as well. You can see it's growing up there and behind there. But I've only seen the spider using this hide and this hide here, which is barely a hide, to be honest. But it hides behind this and in the cork tube. Yeah, tunnel, or whatever you want to call it. So let's move on to the second spider. And the small spider, which is not so small anymore, lives in this enclosure. It needs an upgrade, but I just have to go to my brother and pick up the enclosure, because he has borrowed one of my small exoteric enclosures, you know, the ones we saw before, I actually have 2 more of them, but my brother had 2 of them, so I'm gonna take one home because he have used them for his small arboreal snakes. But anyway, this spider needs an upgrade, and this is the Poecilotheria ornata, and I don't know, yeah, it maybe have an English name. I'm gonna write the name here if it does have an English name. I'm gonna write the the scientific name as well. So yeah, and this one I don't think we're going to see, to be honest. We can try to do like this. No, it is hiding, of course, but I can put a picture of an adult maybe right here. But yeah, so that was well, the spiders. And here you have the next animal on the list. Yeah, you guys are seeing that right. This is a praying mantis. If the camera just want to focus, there you go. And this animal is so cool. I freaking love it. Or her, because it's a female. Do you see me? Hey buddy. Hey cutie. And they have such an amazing eyesight. So she can see me very good, and her eyes is locked on me. Hey cutie. You see? And I never thought that I would think that an insect is this cute, but it's adorable. She is adorable. I love this little praying mantis, although they don't get so old, so that sucks. But yeah, this is one of the new animals. We're gonna put her back in her enclosure. She lives in this enclosure right next to the Malagasy cat-eye snake. Yeah, there we go. Win, buddy. Say, there you go, cutie. So yeah, I'm gonna start with more insects and bugs as well. So this is not going to be just a reptile channel anymore. Just so you guys know. Hey kitty, you see? So amazing. So amazing. Camera wants to focus. If I do like this, you guys see the eyes? This is good footage actually. Hey cutie. Let's go see if she follows my finger. No. Her eyes is locked on me. See how amazing, so cool. They look like aliens. She's just so cool and so awesome. But yeah, you know what? We're gonna move on to the last animal, which is, well, for some of you, maybe even this is a cutie. But the next one is most definitely the stuff of nightmares. And that animal lives in this bin actually. Let's see here. First I need to locate the animal, and that may take some time. So you know what, I'm gonna set the camera up. So let's see if we can find the animal. Check the cork tube. No, it's not in there. And don't do what I do now. Don't just, put your hands in like this, because this can be dangerous. But moving on now. So there you have it. This is my Asian forest centipede. I don't think you're going to get any better footage than that, because it wants to burrow. But yeah, that is my other last new animal, and well, I think it's super cool. And yeah, they are venomous. They can be dangerous to humans. If you have an allergic reaction, it can be fatal. So you don't want to risk getting bit. So yeah, this is my last new animal, as I said, and I think it's super cool. I love centipedes. They are awesome, and to be honest, yeah, they do scare me a little bit, but that is the fascination of it. I know it is, but animals that are considered to be so scary and all that, I am more fascinated about them, or whatever you say. But it is doing amazing, eating like crazy, and yeah, It's just an awesome animal. So we need to put the water bowl. Let's see. And you should not do what I do now and just put your hands in like this. Of course not. It is a risk that I take. You should not do it. So yeah. So that was the last new animal. So guys, I guess that's it for this animal / reptile room tour. And I really hope you enjoyed it, and it means the world to me if you watch the video all the way to its end. And don't forget to hit like, subscribe, comment and share the video with your friends and family, so that will help the video reach out to even more people, which maybe will make it happen so that I can live on this in the future, because without you guys that can't happen, because you do need an audience, you do need people to watch your content, subscribe, write comments and all of that helps a lot. And while you're at it, don't forget to check out my brother's channel as well, at Tommy Serpents. I'm gonna put the link to his channel in the description as well, and also gonna put the card for his channel right here now. So please go and check him out and subscribe to his channel as well. That will mean the world to him, I know that, and it will mean the world to me as well. So you know what guys, we're gonna end this now. So till next time, take care, be kind to someone, try to show people respect, and if you're able to, follow your dreams. So till next time, goodbye guys, and I love you.